What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today. I'm bringing you a Fortnite Battle Royale gameplay commentary. This is zero build, and right now we're in theater mode because sadly my flashback recording was cut off short. So for the first 2 or so minutes, it's going to be in theater mode, and then it's going to cut over to the actual live footage. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead what's on in my mind in this match and give you guys some insight into winning more games and getting more kills and just improving at zero build Fortnite. So right here I jump off the building because I know this guy isn't going to have guns. I don't know why he was late dropping. You really want to have a good drop when you're landing. This Darth Vader starts pulling up on me. I end up charging the pump, or not the pump, the charge SMG, because I hear him coming towards me, and I figured it's a gun that has really good damage output. In this stage in the game, people aren't really shielded up and all that, so it's risky, but I can charge it up and get a kill with it. So that's what I ended up doing, but I'm going to get rid of it as soon as possible because I really only use it at the beginning of the game. It's not that good of a gun because, well, there's not really ways to defend yourself while you're charging it up, as maybe in builds it might be a little bit better, but zero build, it's not that good. Anyways, I'm on a shield keg here, and as soon as I get to full health, I destroy it, so that way no one else can use it. At this point, I hear another guy coming up on me. So I have boogies, which are completely busted and overpowered. So basically, I'm going to try to boogie bomb him. And right now, I'm just guessing where he's going to come from, so I don't take any damage. And I hear him on the water, so I'm like, all right, now it's time to do it. He actually ends up jumping up, but I end up still getting him with the boogie bomb. And I'm going to make sure that I take the time to get a good, well-placed shot on him. That way, I'm not doing little damage while the boogie's out, because you want to get as much damage on the enemy while the boogie is active. So it's good to use something like a shotgun and actually try to aim center mass or the head. Now, I threw the boogie away because I wanted to carry chug splashes and these little 50 pots right now because I didn't have many chug splashes. Otherwise, I just hold the chug splashes. And in that case, I threw the extra boogie away so it can't be used against me. And I'm going to go ahead and break that little tool thing so I can get some more ammo. Same thing, we get this chest. And pretty soon here, we'll hear another guy coming over to me, a nice little Indiana Jones. He's down below me, and I'm going to go ahead and challenge him. Now, I do whiff because he's going already behind cover. I hit him for a little bit, and I'm just going to play the angles here, just hug the cover. And he ends up whiffing his pump, so I chow him. And I end up just seeing that, well, I'm behind him now. I'm not going to switch my SMG, pull back to the auto, and he's dead. So that's how we did it there. And at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and look around to see if I can refill my inventory with, extra consumables such as shockwaves, or see if there's a flare gun, see if there's anyone else around and stuff like that. But for solos, what I'm really trying to hold is the auto shotgun or a pump. And I'm still debating on which shotgun I really like. The Prime is really good too. I still don't know what shotgun I like. I feel like we have a lot of versatility here this season. And I end up hearing this guy come around, so I hit him 2 times with the auto, and then I switched to sub to clean him up as he's mantling. So free and easy kill right there. That was not the play there, brother. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just search again for some extra loot, see what I could find, see if there's an AUG, something of that nature, which I'm always looking for an AUG. AUG is so broken. I honestly wish they'd vault it. I just feel that Fortnite, it's a third-person shooter, shouldn't be ADSing. We should be using bloom guns. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people like the AUG. If you like it, hey, to each their own. I only use it because it's overpowered. Anyways, again, just chasing down the chests here, just looking for extra stuff. And in solos, I like using the TAC, or like I said, the pump, or maybe even the Prime. The 2 shots are really good as well, but I'm really liking the auto shotgun lately just because it has the fastest fire rate, and in solos, I'm trying to get some quick, big damage off on someone, which, the auto does like decent 80 to 100 depending on where you're hitting them, and I think that's a good amount of damage, especially if people aren't at full shields. You can easily just hit them with this and then instantly either hit them with another shot, depending on, if you're in their face or, behind them maybe a little bit, or like you guys saw earlier, the guy that was mantling. So take a second shot before I go ahead and pull out the sub to chow him. So you can kind of play it out and see how you can get some creative shots in with this thing. And like I said, it's a quick follow-up shot because it has the fastest fire rate shotgun in the game. So you go ahead and get a quick 1 or 2 shots off, switch to the sub, and boom, free cleanup. So right here, again, just kind of look and see what's for sale, see if there's anything better than what I have right now. We ended up getting a gold AUG out of a chest, which is amazing. It's not very often I get a gold AUG. Usually I'm finishing games with a white or green one, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. So having a gold AUG, I definitely wanted to make sure this one was going to be a good game because it's not very often I get to have that. So that's a plus. Anyways, going to go ahead and take the bounty now because there's really no one left here. And we're going to go ahead and chase down the bounty. Now, the bounty is actually behind us. I thought it was this guy in a truck. I figured he got out, maybe behind. You guys are going to see I'm going to take this flare gun, and I'm going to fire it off in the direction where I think he went. And I remember that flare gun was there from earlier, so always remember where loot is. And another thing I want to tell you guys is make sure that you have an idea of what kind of loadout you want to have during a match. I always carry the same items pretty much every single game. Maybe I might switch the shotgun or the sub or the AR, you know, just something of that nature, or maybe switch out something for a heavy sniper. But I pretty much always look for the same items every game, so that way I am spending the least amount of time looting as possible. And the reason I do that is so that way I'm not getting third-partied as easy whenever I finish an enemy, as well as it's good to have an idea so you're just not wasting all that precious time just looking for items and looting and trying to figure out what you want to rock. Just have that idea of what you want to rock and then do it. So I end up chasing this guy down, and this probably, you know, wasn't the smartest decision. You guys will see coming up here. It wasn't this guy, but it was a different guy. I don't like people that run away all game. I get a little toxic, you know. We all do. It's how I emote on them. And at this point, I'm looking for a boar. I get a boar, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to run in. So, anyways, right here, I am looking to just get into storm, take it the least amount of storm damage as possible. I don't like fighting outside storm, and I do not like fighting near the end of a circle, because that's where things get pretty tricky. If you get third-partied while the circle is coming in, you can pretty much just kiss your win goodbye, and you can pretty much just say you're getting sent back to the lobby, because if that point, if other people are also pushing out, which I don't really know why they do. By the way, I accidentally jumped off my hog, was debating if I could just go on by foot, but then I figured, you know what, actually having a hog and the extra speed is going to make me a harder target to hit, so that's why I'm going to take my hog. But anyways, back to what I was saying, I just don't really like fighting outside of storm. I will never rotate really outside of storm to go fight people, even if the storm isn't coming in yet, and it's simply because I just do not want to have to deal with taking extra damage and then maybe taking enough damage to the point where I'm not going to survive and I'm not going to come back in. Those 1 to 2 extra kills, I'd rather just gatekeep and maybe even just look for people that are already positioned inside a circle and get them out of the power positions rather than chase after people that don't matter, because eventually those people that don't matter, they'll be coming back in if they do survive, like this guy right here. And you guys can see I'm safe, right? I have 1 minute and 10 seconds. I can do whatever I want with this guy, and I don't have to worry about taking any extra storm damage. So I end up killing him, and I just want to take a peek, see if his loot was worth anything or not, but didn't want anything he had, and I'm just going to go ahead and kill this wolf. Now, this is where I kind of make a bad play, and you guys will see that this was just kind of luck, honestly. So I go ahead and I take the boar, and I'm just looking for another fight, trying to see if I could third-party anything, see what's going on. And basically, Battle Royales in general are just third-party simulator, if I'm being honest. You're kind of just looking around for fights, or, you know, if you're still kind of ratting circle for wins, I mean, you do you. Personally, I like to fight. I feel like you're always improving when you go into fights rather than ratting circles for the occasional win. So personally for me, I'd rather take the fights and learn from my mistakes. And you guys are going to see right here, I didn't know where this guy ended up landing. I thought he was behind this rock, but turns out he was in a bush, and I took so much damage that I didn't need to take simply because I was playing around too much. You guys are going to see right here, I threw that shockwave, I threw it at the other one, and I figured this guy in the truck would help me out because he landed on that guy in the bush, and yeah, I don't believe that was him. I believe this is a different guy. So I get down to 9 HP, and he ends up whiffing. And so I'm going to go ahead, use some of these meat pops, and then go ahead and use the rest of my chug splashes. And I'm going to rotate the hell out of here because I really don't like this positioning. I don't have any rotational items, so I'm just going to use these hills and use as much cover as I can to escape. And this guy right here, I see him healing. Good shots I got in right there. And I'm just going to, again, hug the outer circle here. And just remember, always try to let your overshield replenish before fighting if possible, and especially if it's going to be in a one-on-one. This guy's running from me, that's why I'm taking the shots on him. I'm letting my overshield recharge because that way I have an extra 50 shield, and I'm willing to tank an extra little bit of storm damage here to make sure that I can get an angle on and finish the job on this guy, but I'm not going to be able to. So right here, my idea is to disengage now and not go for any sort of extra fights because I'm weak, and it's to look for heals and mobility. So this guy, you know, I'm thinking he still is weak. This is that guy that I had really weak, so I should be able to take him on if needed, but I'm still going to play it smart. I'm not just going to go ahead and push up and get myself killed completely. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up some different items here, and I'm just going to run away. Now, I should have ate those shrooms, but I really just wanted to kind of push in because the circle was coming in. And I don't know how my shockwave didn't get him out of the bush. I did throw it inside there. He was in the bush, and I guess he survived the shockwave. I throw another one. He's still not coming out of it. I really have no clue where this guy went. So I just kind of wanted to hold it out. No one was shooting me in the back, so I just kind of wanted to wait here. Figured I would go ahead and tank a little bit of storm damage to get extra health, and just kind of gatekeep this guy right now, just because I'm so close to circle. It's only 1 DPS right now, and yeah, I really didn't want this guy to get in without me knowing, but I really don't know what happened to him. He might have just left a game, or I really just don't know. Let me know if you guys saw him, because personally I didn't see him. I had no clue where he went. But anyways, we're here at Sanctuary now, and as you guys can see, visualize sound effects are letting me know there's some fights going on. And again, I have 2 open slots, so right now it's thinking about, hey, I need to go get some loot. I need to go ahead and get some heals. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get these shield shrooms and bananas, and pretty much I'm going to play off these. I mean, you know, you got to use what you get. And if you find these items, don't count them out. Don't say I'm not going to use them, because, I mean, hey, they do help. Trust me, they will help you. So, anyways, I get a med kit here. I'm going to pick up the med kit, and I actually didn't think I got my health to full from the cabbage. I don't really know how much cabbage actually heals you for. Don't really pick it up too often. But I figured a med kit, you know, I'll keep the med kit. It has more healing potential than those shrooms. And I also have the shockwave grenades too, because I do want to have some mobility. It's solos after all. And right here, I figured, alright, this guy probably went outside here, right? Got to be in the bush. Let me go ahead and throw a shockwave. Nothing. I'm like, okay, he's not in the bush. He's got to be inside. And this is almost hairy, because I only did 17 or something to him with that. So I just crouch spam him with the SMG, and I'm cleaning up the kill because, well, my aim was on point. And I'm going to go ahead and drink these small shield potions, just so that way I can go ahead and get my health back. And I'm going to go ahead and use my med kit. Good thing I hung on to the med kit over those little shrooms, because now I'm able to gain back 40 health instead of just a little wee bit from the shrooms. I also see he has clomberries, which are really good. He only had 1, but it's going to give me 15 extra health, and this works for both your flesh and your actual blue shield as well, or maybe it was 10. Did they recently nerf some things? I don't know what's going on. I felt like they nerfed some things recently that I don't know about. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and eat these mushrooms again, and I'm going to go ahead out here, and I'm going to look for some rotation. So this guy is in a vehicle. There's 5 other people left. I know where one of them is, and I'm not going to chase him down, obviously, because he's in a vehicle. That'd be really stupid. And I thought about taking these boogie bombs down. I was like, you know what? I would rather have the shield and oh yeah, I did take the boogie bombs. Okay, for some reason I thought I kept on the shockwave, but I used it for a really quick rotation deeper into Sanctuary, which go ahead and throw that and then pick up my other item, so that way I can have still a slot filled up. And right now I'm just looking to pretty much play off the loot I have. I know I don't have mobility, so I gotta play a lot of cover, make sure I'm rotating in a smart time. Right now I'm just watching my back, making sure no one's pushing in behind, and I also know that I gotta be careful that I'm not gonna get shot in the back. If I do get shot in the back, I'll just run down inside, and right here I'm basically just looking around for ways to get up. I see this guy right here. He is just kind of fighting someone. I end up getting 4 shots into him, which is a pretty good amount of damage. So I'm gonna go head up here. And I see the guy on his roof. Now, he ends up taking my kill, which is whatever. I mean, it happens. So, I'm looking for this guy, and I really wanted to get up on him. So, right here, I throw a boogie bomb through the window just in case he was not underneath the stairs, but he was underneath the stairs. And I ended up getting the boogie off on him, but he got his shockwave off first, so he's going to go away. And I'm not going to chase him down, because that would just be dumb. So, anyways, I go ahead and pick up the rift. And I'm just looking for extra heals, extra minis, you know, something of that nature. Like, alright, got to play smart. And I see these shockwaves. And for me, personally, I would much rather have shockwaves than the rifts. So I am going to pick up these rifts. And you guys are going to see how I play this. So, actually, I think I keep the rifts here. Normally, I would rather have shockwaves than rifts. But you guys are going to see that someone ends up shooting at me as I pick up these heals. So I go ahead and I rift out of there because I did not want to reposition and fight that guy because he had the advantage. I had no clue how much health he had. So I decided to take the rift. And I'm looking around for information. And I'm going to go hide in these bushes out here in the outer edge of circle. So I go ahead and I use my 2 minis. I have 6 minis now. So it's kind of a good thing I went for that because, I mean, I have the same amount of health as before. Although maybe my positioning, you know, I'm not close into the circle. But that's okay. I can work off that. I still have a rift. and you guys will see here what I decide to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just check over here, see if there's anything good worth taking real quick. Nothing. Okay, well, I was like, maybe a med kit. Nah, I'm going to keep my rift. And I know there's a guy in this building in front of me, so there's still 4 people left, and I'm going to take this car. Normally I don't take cars. I don't really like cars because they give away your position, and I personally like that first shot on everybody because it helps you win your gunfights way more. But at this point in the game, I can get way more information if people are starting to shoot at me, especially when there's only 4 people left, and the chances of them just killing me out of a car, like at this point in the game, is kind of rare. So I was like, okay, there's just not enough people to be lasering at me, and they're all going to be giving away their position. So basically, it just lets me know where everyone is. So I get a couple shots into this guy, and I'm going to go for the long flank. And the reason I go for the long flank is I'm just really looking to deal as much damage and make sure that I'm not going to be taking damage from other enemies. I don't know where they're at. I'm timing my shots on this guy because I don't just want to go ahead and shoot at him for no reason, because it would be really dumb, and he can turn on me. So he has no clue I'm there. I have the advantage, so that's why I decided I'm going to wait to take my shots until he kind of stops moving and gets situated. So now there's 2 other players left, and at this point, I'm like, I don't want to take a car because I see where this guy is, and I'm like, the last guy probably hears me shooting. He's going to try to make up his play based off of that. And it actually turns out I went into theater mode as I was recording, so I was just curious. I watched the end game here, and everyone was just kind of ratting the bush. That's why I don't like solos. This is actually my only solo win this season. I only have like 9 solos played, and here's where I take the shockwaves, by the way, over the rift, because I looked at where the circle is, and I don't think rifting into that circle is going to be a good idea because I would take a lot of damage. There's not a lot of height. Just want to point that out real quick. But I don't like solos because it's just really third-party simulator, and people just kind of hide in bushes and rat all game for the win. So, yeah. Anyways, I take a few shots, and I end up getting a lot of damage on this guy. So I want to go in on him. For some reason, my shockwave doesn't work here, and I go ahead, and I'm still going to challenge him out. So I go ahead, and he whiffs his shot, and now I'm going to go ahead and try to get some shots in this guy, but he pushes me. He's a maniac. So I go ahead, and he's missing like all of his shots. But that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why you do not sleep on the auto shotgun, because it is such a good weapon whenever they're whiffing their shots like that, and you just get crazy shots in real quick, and it drops them so fast. Anyways, L dance on him because he pushed me like a maniac right there. I don't know what he was doing. That was a really strange ego chow, especially because he did not know how much health I had, and I honestly didn't even know how much he had, but I did some massive damage. Anyways, I want to show you guys this crazy end game here where all odds were against us, and I was playing with just a green og. I mean, it's not really the greatest weapon out there, but this was a pretty crazy end game in a trios, and I was kind of just playing positioning here, just looking for some picks, and these guys had final circle. They had this island. They're all like shield caking and everything on this island, and you guys are going to see I make a very risky play, but it paid off because my teammate was able to clean up the rest of the enemies for me, so it really ended up paying off. This guy ends up pushing me, not really quite sure what he was doing there, and looking back at this, I need to pay attention to my teammate's health a little bit more, because he only had 25 shield on, and I wasn't really paying attention, and I have 5 minis, so I could have easily dropped him one. I really wish he would have asked me too, especially because I always carry minis or some sort of heals. Actually, speaking of which, he ended up getting minis off that guy, I guess. But it's just one of those things, communication, just looking back, seeing your own mistakes and stuff from your own gameplay, whenever things you don't notice while you're in a heated moment playing a match. Anyways, we had to rift because we're facing the last squad, and there still is a solo up to... Actually, no, there isn't a solo. I forgot. This isn't solos. My teammate's alive. So anyways, we're facing the last squad here. They're on shield cakes and everything, and I just go for the nade play, man. I was like, if anything's going to happen here, I need to just toss these nades and just try to deal as much damage as possible. And at breaking the cover, I don't really think they did much damage, but they get people moving around stuff, and that guy was kind of whiffing, and this guy just ends up getting absolutely destroyed. I don't know how they didn't win this, bro. They could have easily killed us out of the sky, give him another little toxic L dance. Yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.